something and no, not fucking. What the
is that, bruh?
Would Beyonce be so quick to put her daughter's hands down the second she realizes?
Welcome back. I hope everybody had an excellent weekend. Today's video is packed with the creepiest and weirdest clips I could find. Stuff that'll make you look twice and have your head spinning. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. But enough of me yapping, let's get to the videos.
What the is that, bruh? What?
For those of you who think that this sign represents Rock Nation and not something else, then why would Beyonce be so quick to put her daughter's hands down the second she realizes what she's doing, especially at a time where the music industry has been so silent?
You know exactly what it means.
Singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra. And you repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song or become what you're saying.
It's the aurora borealis. Covered up with clouds, but it is. What the fuck?
Totally tight for the governor, quick!
That's definitely UK because they out there fighting like it's Highlander.
Look at Beyonce. Pay attention to the shirt she's wearing.
I can't even see the shirt.
Look at it again. You see that shirt? That's the same shirt Aaliyah had. Boom. The movie came out May 8, 2001. Aaliyah passed away on August 25th. Yup. Wow.
When you see things like that and it already passed and everything just line up perfectly, it really make you wonder if it was just a coincidence or if something is pulling the strings in the background.
Son casi las 5 de la mañana, salí a tirar la basura y se escucha... ¿Qué querés, hijo de puta? ¿Qué mierda es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso, la concha?
Oh, look! Look! Meteor!
Oh, no shit!
Wow! Oh, what a sight! What a sight!
Abraham Lincoln's memorial changed in this timeline. What do you remember? 1922 was built in Washington, D.C. We all seen it. We've all learned about it. We all had social studies. Now, what is Abe doing? If you remember, like I remember, he's sitting in the chair, hands rested. Both hands are rested on the armchair. But guess what? It's not. In this timeline, one of his hands is a fist, and one is resting. I remember both of them resting. And now you've seen this in your social studies books, you've seen this in history books, you've seen it on the internet, and you've seen it in real life. I remember both hands resting on that chair. I do not remember one fist. What does that one fist mean? If it was there, how come we never learned about it? I have never seen it. I think I drew it when I was in 4th or 5th grade. I don't remember one fist being a fist, or one hand being a fist, and one hand being rested. I remember two resting, but let me know. Maybe it changed. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm tripping. Let me know.
Will we be seeing something changing in real time? Because if you ask most people, they're probably going to say they saw that remember both of their hands rested. Let me know what you think. Do you remember a fist, or do you remember both his hands being rested? I hate to say this, but this looked more like a vlog than the actual scary footage of Bigfoot. In the life of Bigfoot.
I think it's time to go.
You tell me what you think.
I went to Seinfeld's house for a dinner party. Some of the best food I've ever had. Food was fucking amazing, man. At the end of the dinner party, Seinfeld came walking out. He was like, "Nobody go anywhere. We're gonna have some brick oven pizza."
So after dinner, they're gonna have brick oven pizza. Now tell me if this is a normal reaction to people finding out they're about to have pizza.
Everybody went crazy in the party. What? Oh my God, brick oven pizza. One lady was like, "How many cheeses, Jerry?" Jerry was like, 7 different cheeses, 7 different cheeses. People went crazy. They start chanting, "Bop, bop, 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 bop." What the fuck is bop, man? Bop, bop, bop. White woman leaned over the table. She was like, "It's short for brick oven pizza." I was like, "Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, okay, I get it."
Why so surprised? Almost like it's not pizza?
They had pizza like garb on. People were eating the pizza going crazy. "Oh my God, I taste the cheeses, Jerry." They brought me my piece of pizza. I took a bite. I couldn't believe it. Best pizza I've ever had in my life. Had some type of lettuce on it. I've never tasted this shit. Some white baby's got some type of lettuce on it. Wait till you taste it.
Yeah, I'm sure this whole thing was about pizza.
Something weird is going on around the world this week with the weather. In Guizhou, China, floodwaters surged over 837 feet, swallowing up neighborhoods and roads. Experts are saying that this is a once-in-a-50-year flood, and locals are saying they've never seen anything like this in their life. In Alabama today, an absolutely massive weather phenomenon appeared and then disappeared over Birmingham. Experts are saying that this could be a meteor.
Something is definitely going on with the weather, because let me know if this happened to you. All morning, all I was hearing was thunder. Didn't see any lightning. All I kept hearing was boom, boom, boom. I mean, like super loud all day. I know I can't be the only person that's been hearing that.
Related to Angelina Jolie, you're also cousins with Madonna. That's true. So, and I'm related to Madonna and Halle Berry.
Related, in fact, to Abraham Lincoln. Your family is that true?
Nancy Hanks was Abraham Lincoln's mother. So, yeah.
Barack Obama and Sarah Palin are cousins, back to one Mr. Smith of the 1600s.
Like related, for real?
Yes.
What's the connect?
We're second or third cousins. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
You are related to Fred Rogers.
No, impossible. No, you're pulling our leg.
All right.
Let's look at that.
How far away is it?
Wait, look at it.
I know, yeah, I'm never.
Oprah tried to say that you two are somehow, some way related.
Yeah, she said she actually researched it and found it to be true.
And that's all.
Some kind of Presley with a Winfrey hooked up somewhere along the line in the South. You know how it goes.
Cousin Oprah.
That's right.
And that President Obama is related to all but one U.S. president.
Well, Dan, the youngster spent the summer tracing the family tree of our presidents. Her conclusion that all the presidents, with the exception of one, share the same grandfather.
That President Obama and all the presidents before him, with the exception of one, are related and descendants of a former king of England.
No, they are all cousins, and they're grandsons of John Lackland.
This guy's being stalked by something, and it just might be a werewolf. This guy, who goes by Robert47 on TikTok, has been documenting his experience with some sort of creature on his property. And it seems to have culminated recently into what he just captured on video. Activity starts to pick up again. It's at night, and his dog starts going crazy, and he takes his dog outside and basically captures a set of red glowing eyes and a growl. He thinks it might be a werewolf. I'm not so sure, but there is definitely something going on here, guys.
Ollie, what are you barking at? That dog is barking hard. Man, it's a full moon tonight, yo. Full moon tonight. I don't know what the hell he's barking at. I have no idea. What the hell is he barking at? What the hell is that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that, y'all? What the fuck is that? Oh.
You start to become a prey in your own territory. Either it's time to get ready to fight back or it's time to move.
800 children. I was medically experimented.
It's a joke, right? She has a documentary. This is a joke. This is a joke, right?
Did you watch that documentary on HBO? The one about the lady who ran a medical clinic in Uganda with no medical certifications? Let's talk about it. Renee Bach moved to Uganda and established a health clinic where she, a homeschooled woman with no medical training, oversaw the treatment of over 1,000 children. She performed medical procedures that she was not qualified to, even admitting that she used a gut feeling instead of expertise. She administered drug treatments and blood transfusions to infants and toddlers, saying that she felt called by God to save lives. Her downfall came from Jackie Kramlich, a registered nurse who reviewed records and discovered treatments and diagnoses that didn't make sense to her. Other employees accused Bach of ignoring qualified and educated Ugandan nurses and doctors. Kramlich suspected many of the children were dying due to refeeding syndrome, where their bodies would go into shock due to a rapid change in nutrition. Kramlich's letters to the board and the media led to the eventual closure of the clinic. Renee Bach never faced any charges. She only had a civil suit in Uganda, where each mother was paid $9,000. The film has received criticisms for centering Bach and not the families of the children that died, but it does do a great job of capturing Bach's delusion and ignorance. She repeatedly tells the camera that she's guilty of what amounts to technical errors, and that the only reason she was too involved in the medical side was because she was trying to save somebody's life. Bach's story is similar to what other young missionaries and aid workers are taught about other nations and their capabilities, leading some to do more harm than good. This is Habar and Gemma. Follow me if you want to learn more about African politics and pop culture.
I mean, that's just insane. How do you be that bold to go to another place and be like, yeah, I'm going to be pretty much a savior? That got to be some type of egomaniac or something like that to think to be that bold and think that you can just do stuff without having certifications or training. Regardless, that's just...
You guys, we are now in the time of prophecy. It just went biblical in China, y'all. What in the Atlantis 2.0 is going on here? Did you guys hear what happened to China, y'all? Like whole cities are lit. So remember when we talked about that these weather anomalies were popping up out of nowhere, nobody was even seeing them on the radar? Well, this is the same thing that just took place in China. I'm talking about places submerged with up to 36 feet of water. Y'all saw the beginning clip of this, y'all. Towers are completely underwater. There have been reported over 80,000 people that have been impacted by this. Of course, there are some tragedies. Folks are saying people are missing. I mean, look at this, y'all. And this right here is how you know the storm was really bad, because you have the bridges in China overflowing with water. Y'all, there's no cap on the bridges. How is this even possible, y'all? Why does it feel like we're watching like a whole civilization being, You know what I'm saying? China is one of the most ancient places on earth. This is where we used to be. It is full of ley lines, ancient technology, sacred temples, y'all. We're watching a whole reset happening in China, y'all. They're calling this the flood of the century. It has broken records. Wow. Do you guys think you can ever rebuild from something like this? I mean, this is somebody's home, y'all. And that right there is also somebody's home. Wow. Do y'all see how the weather's popping off everywhere? Like, who asked for this? I mean, of course we're like, you know, the earth does what it wants, but this right here is crazy, man. You can't do nothing about it. You could only watch it. I hope you guys are paying attention, because this is not just about climate change, y'all. There's a shift within the mist.
I hope all those people can get a chance to rebuild at some point. That is devastating to go through. The weather is definitely changing quite rapidly this year. Don't you agree?
What you guys think about this video, y'all? Let's continue to get it. Peace in. Is it me, or is the sky glitching in South Dakota? Have you guys ever seen the sky bleed fire and flash lightning at the same time, and it's accommodated with these crazy looking clouds? Y'all, what world is this? So lately, I've been hearing that there's a war going on in the heavens, and it looks like it's bleeding into our dimension, you guys. Literally, these clouds are literally coming out of nowhere. And now, I don't know if you noticed, but now the Anunnaki are apparently tapping people's televisions in Georgia. But look at this, y'all. A new color has been unlocked. Oh my goodness. People all over North and South Dakota was capturing this beautiful nightmare. I don't even know what else to call this. Like, God is an artist. That's all I can say. God is an artist. Check this out. Look at this. Y'all, these clouds are literally touching these buildings. How? When? Look at this, y'all. There's a whole city up there. Y'all, can y'all see? There's a whole city up there. Those are skylines. What? Bro, this is literally, come on, bro. There's no way you're not telling me that it's not a ship. Come on, bro. And then this manifested.
Are you kidding me right now?
Does he got braids? Bro, these people are crazy. What is he doing out there? And y'all want to know what manifested out of the storm? This thing over here. What is that? Because that's not our sun, is it? Why does it look like something obfuscating the sun? There's something in front of the sun, isn't it, y'all? Something is going on. This right here was at one of the lakes in South Dakota. This is getting a lot interesting, y'all. These weird weather patterns are making the sky looking like Revelations out here, y'all. And y'all can see the time that we in. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. We're in it. Let's get it. Peace in.
This is a little compilation of some pretty creepy videos I found on the internet the past couple weeks. A TikToker by the name of Eon June was exploring an abandoned nursing home one night for the thrill of it, planning to post it to his TikTok. Little did he know he'd capture more than he bargained for. In the darkness, he could see a figure further down the hallway walking across, and immediately knowing it looked like a person, he turned around and left. After getting home, he tweaked the brightness of the clip, and this was what he saw. So he returned to the nursing home later that night with a friend this time, recording once again, trying to catch something else on video in that same hallway. This is how that went.
I swear I saw something down there. Zoom in a little bit more.
I'm trying to.
Right there, right there, right there. See it?
Over?
What the? Oh, what the? I saw that. That was actually a person. Bro, I'm not joking. Let's get out of here. Come on.
Hold on. Demon?
No, dude, that's...
Oh, yeah, now you're scared that there's...
That's actually a person.
The two are both apprehensive about moving further into the hallway where there was once again a black figure seen walking into one of the adjacent rooms out of sight.
I can heal him down. I'm not fucking playing.
I can't hear anything, dude.
You're an idiot.
You're fucking crazy.
No, I'm not. Guaranteed 100%. But walks past again, it's a real person. This, I'll throw it at him. Whatever it is.
As the two friends are making their way back out of the hallway, they hear a terrifying scream that barely sounds human, and the video cuts right there.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Hey, let's go.
Alright.
I know I saw something, and I know I'm not fucking crazy.
Some places are just best left alone. when your body and mind is telling you to leave because your senses are going crazy, I think it's time to leave.
So you're telling me that a famous artist back in the 1920s and 30s just happened to paint spheres that look like the ones flying around today and named them the voices of space? Oh, I'm just getting started. Wait till you see the other painting. Meet famous artist René Magritte, a Belgian surrealist known for famous paintings like this. So we all have apples in front of our faces? That's another weird coincidence, don't you think? Anyway, so not only did he paint these paintings and title them the Voices of Space, which coincidentally the Bugha sphere had the writing of a message around the outside. This painting here, the name of it is La Reconnaissance Infinie, which has two meanings. In French, which means recognition, and in English, reconnaissance, like the military sense of gathering information about a given place, and infinie meaning infinite or without limit. For those of you that don't know, the sphere that was found in Colombia is believed to be gathering information. René said, I put men in places you wouldn't expect to see them, and in the case of this painting, he said that was atop a large sphere in the sky. Are we as viewers thus being invited to rethink our understanding of our place in the universe? The sphere in Colombia was spotted March 2nd, 2025. The reconnaissance painting sold 3 days later, the highest selling piece of the season, selling for over £10 million, and it was acquired by a telephone bidder. However, the identity of the buyer has not been publicly revealed. This one, The Voices of Space, I believe, is in Buffalo, New York. And this version of The Voices of Space is in the Peggy Guggenheim collection in Venice, Italy. Peggy, yeah, kind of weird that I'm making this video, right? Do you guys think at some point that he maybe saw something? Orbs are the most spotted UAPs on the planet. He does reference these as bells. Maybe that's just a cover-up because he didn't want to say he saw something. Or do you guys just think that this is just coincidence? Either way, I honestly find this so fascinating.
Remember those fireballs that were shooting across the southeastern skies of the United States? Well, somebody has one of those meteorites that landed in his driveway. His name is M.D. Murphy out of Williamston, South Carolina. And this is a meteorite. He says it glows and it's cold to touch. And he was actually hesitant about posting these videos. He's kind of worried about his security. And it makes you wonder what this thing is made of. Take a look at this, comment below, tell me what you think.
The hole is about 2 foot in diameter. And that's the hole in my driveway. I don't know. That meteor flew over today, Williamston, South Carolina. And this is what I found. And I don't know what that is. It's got a glow to it. Feels cold to the touch.
Hate to be that person, but I'm very skeptical about that actually coming from space. I mean, if you look at the crater, look at the size of that thing. The crater will be much bigger. It looks like it's a pothole. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know everything, so that's just what I think.
On in your life, lots of distractions on the news given from the mainstream media. There's a lot going on. But I don't know if you realize this, but it's been over a year since the Georgia Guidestones were blown up, and nobody's talking about it anymore. And if you don't know what the Georgia Guidestones are, it's a bunch of tall stone tablets where it has written on them the same exact text in a bunch of different languages. One of the wonderful things that whoever put up this monument thought to put on here was maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. If you do the math, that's like a 90% reduction in the current claimed population of the Earth. But other than just saying some weird stuff like we should kill everybody, it also had some astronomical features. One, the channel through the stone indicates the celestial pole. Polaris? Talk about that in a second. The horizontal slot indicates the annual travel of the sun. And 3, sunbeam through the capstone marks noontime throughout the year. Now that channel that they were talking about drilled through the rock is this hole right here. And you could have walked up to this hole at any time of the year, day or night, and this hole would be aiming at Polaris, the celestial pole. Riddle me this. How are we supposed to believe this worked if this is the movements of our solar system? The entire solar system is moving 500,000 miles an hour, 4.9 billion miles in a single year through space. We're tilted on an axis, precessing, wobbling, while we're supposed to believe we're orbiting the sun at 66,616 miles an hour on average. And all of the stars above our head are supposed to be expanding away from us from the Big Bang, doing their own individual movements. And we're supposed to believe that we're on a round rock, and we could set a rock on this rock that aims at Polaris 24/7 when we're supposed to be doing this? Someone make sense of this. I know it's a lot to realize that current cosmology is off, but it's actually admitted by people like Michio Kaku, who admit that cosmology, the current cosmology, is off by 10 to 120th power. And this channel and this Guidestone right here definitively disproves the ideology which suggests that we're on a spinning magical water ball doing all of these astronomical motions around the sun and through a space vacuum that doesn't exist. This truth, it's uncomfortable. It's gonna really twist and turn your brain. But once you realize that everything is cyclical and the sky is a clock, and the Georgia Guidestones, that horizontal hole that was cut into those stones, it measured the equinoxes and solstices of the year. Why do you think that the sun makes this analemma every year? It makes this infinity shape. And we have to believe that a Mars-sized planet came and hit the Earth and caused all of this cyclicalness? Yeah, right, buddy. The Earth's flat, and we live on the inertial plane or block domain wall of the magnetic perturbation that starts at the center of the Earth. There's no South Pole. And when you look at the movements of the wandering stars, or so-called planets, and then you look at a magnetic field, something might be going on. I suggest that maybe the sky moves off magnetism and not gravity. If you'd like to hear me debate this live with scientists, pseudoscientists, globe zealots, and all of the likes, you're going to need to follow all 3 of these channels that I've tagged here down at the bottom. I debate on all 4 of them because I am extremely censored for this information. Share this video. Get it out to the people. Let's prove to everybody that God's true creation is a level topographical plane with the stars and the moon and the sun moving above us. We're not moving. Have a good one.
I'm about to tell y'all something so fucking scary. And I just I was gonna wait and save it for the next episode of my YouTube about how I'm almost positive my parents are involved in some kind of cult. And if you've been keeping up with all my TikToks recently and my story that I'm putting out there, bro, I need y'all to listen to this because this is what really fucking makes me think, besides all the other obvious shit, that they are involved in something. Okay, so growing up as kids, I have this distinct memory that replays in my head over and over and over and over, and I don't know why, but it scares me. I remember there was this priest, right, that was part of the church that we grew up in, and he was the head of it, and everyone looked at him like he was the healer, like Jesus Christ reincarnated. He would call every person in this small community of that church every year on their birthday, including me and my siblings, and my parents would make us talk to him, and he would ask us all these questions. And every year we would go on these beach trips with just this small community within this bigger church. And they were all very close friends with my parents, the only people that my parents have ever been friends with. No one has ever been friends with my parents except for these people. And I just have this distinct memory when I was little of us. It was pitch black. We were all outside, and this priest was like giving some kind of speech, I don't know. And then it was just a bunch of nuns, like hella fucking nuns, bro, sitting on like fold out chairs on the beach. And, or like somewhere outside. And I just remember my mom giving me to one of the nuns. And then I don't remember anything after that, except for her putting me to bed in a bed with all of my siblings. And I was wet as fuck. And she like laughed and told me like that I had like peed on one of the nuns' laps or something. That's what she would always tell me. I don't know, bro. It replays in my head all the time. But this isn't even the scariest part, bro. If you watched my videos on YouTube and heard me tell you about how I think my mom like has everyone that's ever come close to her, when I was telling you about that lady that always felt so safe to me, that was like in also a big part of this fucking church. And I swear they killed her and her husband. But I remember when she died, and my mom pretended she found out that her best friend died on one, like a random day during announcements at church, when she insisted on going to church this one day at night when we usually go in the morning to read these announcements, and coincidentally find out then. After this happened, she was never home. She spent 2 weeks with this priest. We never saw her. We always asked my dad, like, where's mom? She was always with this priest somewhere. I don't know what they were doing, bro. And this priest was always so oddly touchy with me and my siblings. The way he touched us was not normal. And it made our skin crawl. Like, we all have this memory. And my parents, every night before bed, would give me and my sister a puff of an inhaler through a tube. So they'd put the mask on our face and hold the backs of our heads and make us inhale this shit, right? And every time they would do it, we would, for some reason, say his name. And they would laugh so hard, like it was the funniest thing in the world. And we don't know why we did it. We all have this memory. And when we moved into the big, scary fucking house that we lived in, that just is so unbelievably evil and demonic, and like you can't even like go into the driveway without feeling the evil presence, bro. I have this distinct memory of the first night that we moved in. That priest, I believe he stayed with us for like 2 days, and he did some kind of seance in the house. And I remember the smell of incense, and like I just have this very distinct memory my brain always goes back to. And it's like, and when I went into foster care, he would fucking follow me. He would follow me and bump into me and pretend he didn't know me in front of my foster parents. And I'd be like, I know him. That's not the only terrifying memory I have. I replay this one memory where I also woke up wet as fuck, where I was down in the family room of this demonic house, right? And I was paralyzed, and I saw there was a dark figure standing over me with an ox head and a cloak. And my mother, I look over and she's sitting on a couch watching. And then I snap out of it and start screaming bloody murder, and the whole house wakes up, and I was wet. I had peed my pants. Y'all, something's happening! Need to know what happened. I need answers, bro. I have to find out who my mother is. Who is this priest? What does she belong to, and what does she do to me and my siblings, bro?
That was a very long and unusual story. To me, one of the most terrifying realizations is that when you look back at your childhood and you start to realize that some of the things you experienced wasn't normal. I'm sure we all have some type of experience like that. Not as extreme as those ladies. That lady, that was extremely, like, extreme, right? But I hope she found the answer she's looking for. That definitely sounds like her mother was into some weird stuff and not anything good. So maybe she should stay away from whoever her parents are, because that don't sound good. That's all the videos I have for today. I hope you have an excellent day. I want to say thank you again for the 50,000 subs. That means the world to me. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.